Listen, I don't think he was out of form. He was out of runs. I mean, that's how I would differentiate. Kock looked all right in the past games as well, but it's just that in this game he got some runs, which was much needed for the confidence. I mean, for his and MI's confidence. But he always looked all right, even though he was getting only 10, 15s or whatever. But he looked all right, and finally he gets some runs, which is brilliant news.
I think it's critical from Mumbai Indians' point of view that QUINTON Kock has found the runs that he's been desperately needing. We know he's a world-class player. He's an important player in the balance of their side. You know, the partnership of Rohit Sharma and QUINTON Kock, the right-left hand international experience combination, is a dynamic one and an important one for Mumbai. We all know that Mumbai Indians have that threat because they have got probably the strongest power hitters in the finishing stages of any franchise in the IPL. So when you've got the Pandya brothers, you've got Pollard at the crease or waiting to come in with 6, 7 overs to go, look out. They're getting a minimum of 10 and over, and at times they'll push it to 15 and over. So they're always going to blow their totals out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're brilliant, especially KRUNAL just coming in, hitting, 20 of the last 4 deliveries. They had Hardik, and listen, they were hitting boundaries and sixes for fun. I mean, their overs, they were hitting 2, 3 boundaries, and I mean, that's so unfair, to be honest. But yeah, they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. Also, SRH, I think Natarajan's bowling beautifully. I think they missed someone like Bhuvneshwar as well in this game. Could have been, just maybe could have been a different story in the death overs. Oh, listen, they're quality pacers. All 3 of them, Trent, Bolt, Pattinson, and obviously Bumrah. You're talking about quality 12 overs from international bowlers. So it's always going to be difficult, especially on these surfaces here in UAE, where, you know, leave Sharjah aside, but the pacers have done really well. They've got more off the surfaces here, and they look so dangerous, all 3 of them. I mean, you get Trent Bowl out of the way, then you've got Pattinson, and also credit to Rohit, the way he's managed to use all 3 of them.
He did, and he adds an important variety to the Mumbai trio as a left armour that can swing that new ball. Bumrah, we know what he's capable of doing. I think we're only going to see Bumrah get better and better as the tournament unfolds. Pattinson is showing his worth as a world-class fast bowler. I think the bottom line is when you've got 3 quality international bowlers of that calibre that all push around the 140 mark and have a point of difference, it gives Rohit Sharma and Mumbai Indians a huge edge. Yeah, he's a very good all-round cricketer, an underrated all-round cricketer, I think, in this format. Not a big turner of the ball, but he's not looking to turn the ball. His point of variety is the angles he uses, the pace changes that he uses, and he's just very clever the way he does it with his bowling. He's more than handy with the bat, quite often not used with the bat. You know, he gets very little chance because of the star-studded batting lineup that the Mumbai Indians have got. But when he does get his chance, he just shows you what he's capable of doing. He's got the power game to be able to take the game away from you.
And listen, you know how I feel about KRUNAL. I think he's extremely smart, especially this format. As Tom mentioned, maybe he might not be turning the ball as much as some other left-arm spinners, but he's extremely smart. Even today, on that surface, bowling those wide Yorkers, and he nailed most of them, I think was brilliant from him. And also batting-wise, I mean, he's a much better batsman than what we've seen so far. I remember him coming and batting at 4 and 5 for MI when they were in trouble and stuff. And listen, he's a quality all-rounder. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously after Manish Pandey, I thought that shot from Manish was a poor shot. Was a very poor shot from him. A bit of nothing. Neither did he want to go all the way, or did he want to kind of play it along the ground. Kane Williamson, a little unlucky too early in the innings, and then it was always going to be difficult, especially when Warner wasn't really timing it that well. So yeah, I mean, that's how it's going to be. I mean, I mean, as far as SRH is concerned, yes, people like Priyam Garg, I mean, he played a absolute blinder of an innings the last game, but it's, I mean, even saying, I mean, having said that, I still think SRH depends a lot on the top four.
Yeah, there's no question that, you know, the Sunrisers are very dependent on their top four players. They just needed a cameo from someone in the middle order. We've seen a couple of good performances from a couple of the younger new members for Sunrisers Hyderabad, but unfortunately for them, not one of those young players stood up today and managed to play that cameo where they, you know, blasted a quick 35 off 15 balls. And that, if that was played out, it would have been a totally different contest, because it just takes enormous pressure off Warner at the other end if someone else is hitting boundaries. And then it relaxes his game, and he's not trying to hit every ball for 4 or 6. He's being a little bit more selective.